Evening and welcome. Welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Liberia First on Yahaya Talk. Today is Wednesday, February the 18th, 2026. We have a good show coming up for all of us here tonight. So I invite you to invite others. Like the page, follow the page. Be my guest. My name is Wild Michael Gilman, and we do broadcast from Detroit, Michigan. Tonight's broadcast is dedicated to a number of folks celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones. Talking about Makonje, Roberta, Emilia from Detroit, Michigan. Happy birthday to you, my darling sister. Victoria Reed, Momo Masekwa, Marvin Ewa, Peter Gate Jr., Helen Coleman, and Kowa Cabbage. And for all of you celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones, we say congratulations to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you as well. If you join us here for the very first time, we say welcome to you. On this podcast, to be civil to one another. Yes, to be the first word, no insults of any kind. If you don't like what we say and what we do here, we invite you to switch the channel, move to another channel, and you can come back for another thing, okay? Our conversation tonight will center around the monologue. First, they came for the socialists. I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. And they came for the trade unionists. And I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one to speak for me. This is a quotable quote from way back by a Reverend Martin Niemoller, a German. And we're going to dissect that tonight for our conversation here, centered around the division in the CDC-USA. Stop division in the CDC-USA. The CDC-USA is a self-imposed division, engineered by some elements in the USA and Liberia. Two national conventions are being organized, one by the legitimate leadership team and the other by a group of aggrieved individuals. An agreement for peace and unity in the organization has been compromised allegedly by the framer. A term of reference for an 18-month period to lead was followed by a 12-month term of reference, which was rejected by the leadership of CDC-USA Chairman Yahaya, Talata and team. National conventions are scheduled by the leadership, but Acting Chairman Janga Kowo has named a convention committee without the input of the leadership for Philadelphia in June 2026, while the leadership team have also vowed to have a convention in Minnesota in September, in keeping with the Iowa conference. There are former CDC government officials and party executives in the USA. What have they done to remedy the impasse and all divisions? Could they be responsible for the internal wrangling? As Liberia NEC ever imposed a national convention on the CDC-USA, does a non-due paying member have any right authority or say in the CDC-USA. What does the CDC-USA Constitution say? How can CDC win in 2029 without a strategy for internal fight and undermining itself? Let's dig deeper. We're gonna dig deeper into that story right here tonight. Give you some historical facts, some genesis, details, and what have you. Is doing the same thing over and over. Give you a different result. Does undermining oneself lend you any respect? Let's dig deeper. Yep. Also coming up, Rip Sodomy suspect Peter Janga and two others allegedly raped and sodomized a 16-year-old boy. Peter Janga has been released from jail allegedly for health reasons, while the young man fights for his life. His mother made a frantic SOS appeal, and the Ministry of Gender has reportedly taken him to an unknown location after almost 3 weeks to a month. Meanwhile, another rape suspect, Brian McGill, has been cleared of all wrongdoings by the Liberia National Police. What's going on in Mama Liberia? In Little Miami, what's going on? Let's dig deeper. Let's dig deeper into that rape story that is ravaging Mama Liberia. Help me let somebody know you are following and watching Jida Household, the Digging Deeper Department, with your one and only Wild Michael Gilmer and team. Also, coming up, SOS call. Zanga Kowo cries for help. A video published by Chairman Mobile Molu depicts Zanga Kowo in a serious medical predicament. Leg amputated and lack of support. He said he has never suffered from sugar diabetes, but the JFK diagnosed him with that and amputated his leg. Can he get a second or third opinion to clearly diagnose his problem and find out of any medical malpractice? It's the Business Human Worker Administration paying him his benefits. When will let's dig deeper into that story as well. Also coming up, Judge Roosevelt Willie says date. Criminal Court A, Judge Roosevelt Willie has set February 26, 2026 to decide whether to toss out the case brought by the Asset Recovery Team against the Cloud Hope Foundation. Will he stop the case or rule in favor of the Asset Recovery Team? Jida Hard Talk Digging Deeper Department goes in depth. Yet continue to be fallout, revelations, apologies in the Supreme Court freedom of speech ruling. We got some details coming up. Again, to be joining us there for the very first time, we say welcome to you. My broadcast is dedicated to a number of folks celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones. Our birthday celebrants: Moco J, Rebecca Inia, Victoria Reed, Momo Massacre, Marvin Ewa, Peter Gay Jr., Ellen Coleman, and Kowa coming. And for all of you who celebrated, we say congratulations to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you as well. And in a special way, like Darius Dillon would say, in a special way, we give special recognition to Victoria Addy on here tonight. This Victoria Addy uh, from Fargo, North Dakota. Say your grandpa police is killing people. What do you have to say? Vicky Addy, congratulations to you again. You know what we talk about today, what you did. With your permission, I will let the whole world know. But I just want to keep it like that. I want to rain praises on you tonight. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. Now, my daughter is following the show here. Nina Kuya was the first person in here this morning that commented, or this evening, that commented. Said, good evening, Daddy, and my beautiful family. And there's a reason I brought up Nina Kuya, because what Vicky did, that's the one the crime man will say, Umble Donyo. I got him a thing. I got people. I know people. Yeah. And Nina Kuya understands that. Vicky, again, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. William Hall, welcome to you there on the YouTube channel from Minnesota. Jill News Finger, welcome to you from Detroit. Ma Helena Brown, welcome to you as well. Good to see all of you here tonight. Jesus is coming soon. Beware, pray. Welcome to you. We got a great show coming up here. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Tonight broadcast is also, my dear friend and brother, the superintendent from Van Bassa County. Once a soup, always a soup. And a great patron of Kelly's Secret by the Word, John J. Buckler. Welcome to you there, Mr. Superintendent. Good to see you on here this morning from Liberia. He said he's watching from Marshall City, Margiri County. Welcome, welcome. Josephine Satamwa Alisa, welcome to you. Okay, and Colonel Bright Crawford. Nina, where have you been, my dear? Good to see you here again. Absolutely. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. Ophelia Johnson, welcome to you as well. We've got a great show coming up here. Don't go nowhere, folks. You just join us here. We say welcome to you. And we're going to recap our major story on here tonight. What we'll be talking to you about. I was waiting for this comment from Vicky Addy. He said, Mr. Gamer, man can talk more, please. She said, Mr. Gamer, man can talk or please. Absolutely, man can talk. Or I hear you, I hear you. But thank you very much, okay? Thank you very much. Farafin, Chair Sumaworo, welcome to you there. Great to see you on here. Tonight broadcast is brought to us through the kind sponsorship of a number of folks. Bassa King from VBK Motors is a sponsor of tonight's broadcast, and we got this ad for his business. If you want to ship to Liberia from Liberia, your number one outlet or source is VBK Motors there in Philadelphia.
Are you thinking about importing or exporting goods or commodities like cars, motorbikes, barrels, bicycles, and food items to and from Liberia? The VPK Motor Enterprise Incorporated and Shipping Line Services are available to provide you the services. They are ranked number one in shipping services. Your cars and all other items are provided maximum protection with fast deliveries. Book your reservation now by contacting the CEO, Vi Basakin, at 267-437-5873. In addition to our many services, we also buy cars for our clients in the United States. Call right now and allow VPK Motor Enterprise Incorporated and Shipping Line Services to provide you the best shipping services. Tell them Mazola sent me. You will get a special discount in addition to the already low prices.
To quiet lands, different faces, common dreams, together stronger than it seems.
One people, one community. Joe Sacker stands for unity. In District 85 we rise, hand in hand, eyes on brighter skies. One people.
We walk these streets with open hands, from river towns to quiet lands. Different faces, common dreams, together stronger than it seems.
One people, one community. Joe Sacker stands for unity.
In District 85 we rise, hand in hand, eyes on brighter skies.
One people, one community. Joe Sacker stands for unity. In District 85 we rise, hand in hand, eyes on brighter skies.
When we stand as one, we build the way for our children's future, starting today.
One people, one community. Joe Sacker leads with dignity. In District 85 we rise. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One people, one community. Our prize up back to sanity. In District 85 we rise. Hand in hand, eyes on brighter skies.
When we stand as one, we build the way for our children's future, starting from river towns to quiet lands.
Joe Sacker, the campaign to elect Joe Sacker for PA District number 185 is a sponsor for this broadcast tonight. And of course, we want to encourage all of you to help support this brother. Okay. He had his campaign launch on February 7, 2026, and we're going to be hosting him here very, very soon. All right. Joe Sacker is your man for PA District number 185. One of the zip codes in this district is 19142. So if you're in the zip code, you know where I'm talking about. Or those of you in the Philadelphia area, okay? If you are in the zip code 19142, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Also, tonight's broadcast partly sponsored by Canada Afrique Care Foundation, Building the Future with Canada and Africa. This organization will hold her first global conference April 17 through the 19th, 2026. That's Friday to Sunday in Montreal, Canada. Okay, Montreal, Canada. Paula Urita Reto is following the broadcast here. My sister, she's one of the organizers for this program. We hosted them here last week. It was a great conversation. And of course, many of our colleagues, friends, are part of this organization. You want to join them and help, you can contact Paula Urita Reto for any information, okay? My name is Wild Michael Gilman. We broadcast from Detroit, Michigan. We got a great show for all of us here tonight. So I want you to sit back, relax, and of course, enjoy yourselves, okay?
Pure totalitarianism.
And then when you come to talk about
okay, forget that one now. We understand. There's totalitarianism. Pure totalitarianism.
And then when you come to talk about
Okay, forget that one now. We understand. Okay, totalitarianism.
And then when you come and talk about
okay, forget that one now. We understand. Okay, forget that one now. We understand. Okay, forget that one now. We understand. There's totalitarianism. Pure totalitarianism.
And then when you come and talk about
okay, forget that one now. We understand.
Forget that one.
Okay, forget that one now.
Forget that one. We understand, okay? Forget that one now. Liberia today, okay? I'm telling you, honor Joseph Boakai. Liberia today, honor Joseph Boakai. Our people in today's Liberia. You never expected this to happen.
Shooting. You see right here? You see it? They are shooting. You see what they're doing? Here's your entry that you are. They are shooting. They are shooting. Can you see? Can you see? You see what? Can you see what they are? They are shooting. You see? But here you are shooting on because they're just watching the end of the Monobia. You see that? They are shooting. You see the smoke. You see the smoke? They're opening a fire. They are shooting us. I think you see the smoke. They are shooting us. You see that? You see that? They are shooting. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see that? They are shooting. You see that? They are shooting. You see that? They are shooting. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see what they do?
All of this is happening under the watchful eyes of Joseph Boakai. Sleeping at the wheel.
You see it?
Sleeping at the wheel. Okay? Sleeping at the wheel. Joseph Boakai. Sleeping at the wheel. Yeah. Sleeping at the wheel. All he does is to appoint Mike Jabatel. Reward him.
Hey, your man poor hole, your pa asshole. If your man boy you good, go and vote for Thomas Salah. Then we will step in your man, we will step in your pa. We be sitting poor hole, your man poor hole, your pa asshole. If your man boy you good, go and vote for Thomas Salah. Then we will step in your man, we will step in your pa. Your man poor hole, your man poor hole, your pa asshole. If your man boy you good, go and vote for Thomas Salah. Then we will step in your man, we will step in your pa.
Okay, so that was, according to Mark Jabatel, 6-7 years ago. So today he put up a video. And we want to be fair and balanced here. We're going to play that video as well. Mark Jabatel said he apologized.
Was sorry. You know, during those days, there's something you can do. Sometimes you can't think about the future. Mine says, I've seen a video where the day they were going to impeach Cabinet Janet Tomofala. And I was too hard I went too hard on that video. And I'll continue to tell you sorry. Nobody forced me to say sorry. And I take it from my heart. Because myself have seen the video, even a way I threatened the woman, a way I abused in that video 7 years ago. And it is not correct to be friend with you. But you see, Liberian politics is deceitful. Those that were behind me yesterday, those that were clapping for me yesterday, they are the people today sharing that video all over.
Do you believe this part where he said those that were clapping for him yesterday are the ones that are sharing the video? Do you believe that? The people that were clapping for him yesterday, are they not the ones that rewarded him with job? Are they the ones sharing the video where he calls him man calls and pa calls? Was he not against Thomas Fowler at that time? Eh? Was he not against Thomas Fowler at that time? Where was Thomas Fowler? Wasn't Thomas Fowler in the CDC running against Darius DeLong? So who rewarded him with the job? Eh? Who rewarded him? Was it the CDC government that rewarded him for the man cause, pa cause? Eh? Or wasn't he and this other guy who was in jail, were they not on the same side? Were they not on the same side? Eh? Were they not on the same side? Anyways, we got a great show for all of us here. And I know quite a bit of you are here because we put up a statement today in which we said we do not subscribe to undermining, division, and disrespect to constituted authority. And those divisive elements in and outside the CDC-USA must stop. The triple D tonight. We do not subscribe to undermining, division, and disrespect to constituted authority. And those divisive elements in and outside the CDC-USA must stop. What prompted this? What prompted this for our main conversation on here tonight? What prompted it? Covenant D said, Mr. Gamer, where did the shooting take place? It's alleged that happened in Nimba County. Yeah. It happened in Nimba County. Yeah. I'm looking for my pops, my big brother, Stephen Kier. He said, good evening, Wild Michael. We are seated watching you on the big screen and waiting the latest. Absolutely. Yeah. And let me say hi to the chairman, Yahaya Talata Sharif. He said, hello, Honorable Wild Michael Gilmer. Welcome there, Honorable Chairman. Yahaya Talata Sharif is the chairman for CDC USA. Allegedly suspended for time indefinite. Yeah. If you didn't know, I just let the cat out the bag. Yahaya Talata Sharif is suspended allegedly for time indefinite. He's following the broadcast tonight. He always did, but I think tonight is a special night. Seditious from across the globe are here. I recognize my dear friend and brother and patron of Socialist Secret Body Well, John J. Bachman is up tonight. Tune in to listen to this conversation, which is a good thing. Yeah. Okay, so we gonna uh, uh, delve into that. Okay, Emmanuel Bro said, Confident Emmanuel Bro said it took place in Yekepa, Nima County, at a Metal mining operational site. Yeah, yeah, that's where it took place. Yeah. Okay. So uh let's recap here our major story here. Stop division in CDC USA. The CDC USA is in a self-imposed division, engineered by some elements in the USA and Liberia. Two national conventions are being organized. One by the legitimate leadership team led by the Yahaya Talata Sharif and now acting chairman Donald Gleple Tode, and the other by a group of aggrieved individuals. An agreement for peace and unity in the organization has been compromised, allegedly by the framers. And you know, when I say framers, a term of reference for an 18-month period to lead was followed by a 12-month TOR, term of reference, which was rejected by the leadership of CDC USA Chairman Yahaya Talata Sharif and team. National conventions are scheduled by the leadership, but Acting Chairman Janga Kowo has named a convention committee without the input of the leadership for Philadelphia in June 2026, while the leadership team have also vowed to have a national convention in Minnesota in September 2026. There are former CDC government officials and party executives in the USA. What have they done to remedy the impasse and or division? Could there be party responsible for the internal wranglings? Has Liberia CDC National Executive Committee ever imposed a national convention on the CDC USA? Does a non-due paying member have any rights, authority, or say in the CDC USA? What does the CDC USA Constitution say? How can CDC win in 2029 without a strategy, but internal fights and undermining self? Let's dig deeper. Okay, it pains my heart. It pains my heart to come out here tonight to speak to you on this topic. Okay? It pains my heart to come out here to you to speak on this topic. Because, like I stated earlier in my earlier post, I am not one of those that subscribe to undermining, division, and disrespect to constituted authority. Okay? I am not one of those that will undermine anybody, big, small, tall, short, fat, slim, in position, out of position. I will not undermine you. But I will speak truth to power. At least my grandfather, the late Wilson J. Weeks, that I lived with, my early days in Zwedru, before moving to Monrovia, told us so. Kwame and myself, that's Kwame Opawitz. Don't be disrespectful, but don't shy away from the truth. Don't be disrespectful, but speak truth anytime. And if it means standing alone to do the right thing, then you do it. If it means standing alone to do the right thing, then you do it. Before the 2023 elections, the conflict in the CDC started. Before the 2023 convention or election in Liberia, the conflict in the CDC started with a group of aggrieved members. And it was decided with the intervention of then Global Chairman Moba Molu. Now, with the elections on hand, people are coming to Liberia to campaign, to vote. Y'all hold on to everything, convention and election in the CDC USA. After the elections, when you shall have returned, you go to your conventions, hold your elections. Okay? It was agreed upon. Despite people were still aggrieved that they didn't want to even honor what Moba Molu said. We went to Liberia. I spent 4 months in Liberia. 4 months. From September, I left here September 18. I arrived September 19. I left Liberia January 18 and arrived in America January 19. 4 good months. Okay? We came back to the States. The then chairman, Constance Swan Duopu, and her leadership put together the convention committee, and Iowa accepted to host the convention. Iowa accepted to host the convention. The aggrieved parties at the time before the election, they would not even respect the authority of Constance Swanduopu. She was regarded as illegal and everything. While convention was being held, organized and held in Iowa, they organized a convention in New York. Parallel convention in New York against the constituted authority. And you, especially you, all of us here in America and in the diaspora, our Liberian associations and community county organizations, the leadership term is every 2 years. To even organize the next election, it takes time. But have we undermined the administration to say, since you are not holding the election this time, we are going to hold a separate elections? Can anybody point to something like that? I can't figure that one out. Except that if you break away, if you have a fundamental difference and you broke away, like what happened in the Grand Jury Association in the Americas, and today we have 2 Grand Jury organizations. We have the Grand Jury Association in the Americas and Grand Jury Association in the diaspora. Fundamental difference. So they held their convention in New York. The constituted authority under Constant Swen Duopu held a convention in Iowa, elected a corps of officers led by Yahaya Talata Sheriff. The group that went to Iowa, one of them went to court and had an injunction on the convention in Iowa. He was a resident of Iowa at the time. And we dug deeper and we had a conversation on this platform that the alleged injunction was not authentic and people should relax and go to Iowa and have your convention. People listened to me and they went to Iowa. They went to New York. What happened to their leadership that was put together in New York? What happened to their convention resolution from New York? They are the same group that are today causing the division in the CDC-USA. The same very group supported by some elements in Liberia, in the CDC NEC. Some former officials of the CDC government are supporting them. My question is, how will you feel if seditionists rally against your leadership and disrespect you, disrespect your constituted authority? How will you feel? How will you feel? How will you feel? Let's go back. After the Iowa elections and the purported New York convention, in order to harmonize and bring the team, the parties together, Chairman Janga Kowo set up a mediation committee. They came to terms, and Talata Sharif and his group, his leadership team, said, okay, for the sake of peace, we'll welcome any framework that will work towards unifying us here in the USA. And what happened? At Iowa convention, the convention decided that instead of 2 years for the leadership, we will grant 4 years, effective from this convention. So the next leadership, which is the Yahaya Talata Sherry leadership, will have a 4 years term before the next election convention. That was the decision of due paying members in the CDC-USA that went to Iowa to give the next leadership 4 years. When the mediation committee was set up, they decided, okay, for the sake of peace, instead of 4 years, do 18 months. Do 18 months, granted. Sharif and team said, okay, no problem. Do 18 months and you will not participate in the next elections. Granted, no problem. 2-3 days before the inauguration of the team, another letter came from Monrovia under the signature of Janga Kowo that instead of 18 months, you got 12 months. You got 12 months. How? How? You got 12 months and you're not participating in an election. Okay? How did we arrive at this? From 18 months, 2-3 days to inauguration, another letter, 12 months. That was rejected by Sharif and team, that they were not going to take it. They've done enough to compromise. They're not going to contest in the next election, but you cannot come and just cut their tenure like that. From 4 years to 18 months now to 12 months. And so ever since then, the problem has been there. No here, no there. Nobody seems to realize that the sooner we get together and unify in one accord, the better it will be. Nobody realized it. And so, fast forward, when Chairman Janga Kowo could not get his way done to get this group to submit to 12 months, he organized, named a committee to hold convention in June 2026 in Philadelphia against the decision of the convention held in Iowa that selected Minnesota to host the next convention. Everything decided in Iowa is thrown under the bus. Set up a convention committee without the input and acquiescence of the leadership. Chairman Sharif suspended indefinitely when everybody said, let's reinstate the man. Maybe I'm going to face suspension tonight or after tonight. Okay? Why? The group he put together to hold the convention in Philadelphia, they reached out to me to be a speaker at the Philadelphia convention. They reached out to me. I got 3 calls. I will not say their names, but I will show you evidence. I got 3 calls. I answered only 1. I got messages. I did not respond to them. I answered 1 call and 1 call only. And I said, I saw messages asking me to be a speaker, and there will be a letter coming to that effect. Let me see the letter. Then I will decide. But make sure that my name is written out as Y. Michael Gilman. Because in this country, the USA, if you just Google Michael Gilman, you will see lawyers, you will see doctors, you will see dentists, you will see all kinds of Michael Gilman. So write my name Make sure it is Y. Michael Gilman. And the person said, okay, I will do that. And it did. But I did not get no letter. I did not get any letter. Then I saw a flyer. They sent me a flyer. They sent me a flyer. They sent me a flyer and said they want my feedback. This flyer right here. And said, you see my picture there? And said they want a feedback. I did not respond with any feedback, whether my picture looked at me or it looked at AI. I didn't give any response. I'm in the Elder Council or the Council of Elders, CDC Elders. I did not give any response. This morning, I began to get barrage of phone calls all throughout the day. Oh, Mr. Gamer, are you part of the group undermining the CDC-USA leadership? I saw you on the flyer. You're on the flyer and this and that. All kinds of calls coming in. Yeah. I said, but these people said they were sending me a letter and I was going to respond to the letter. Just in the same very faction, I was going to tell them my mind. But they went to work and put me on the flyer and they said, we want your response. I said, okay. I did not respond to it. They published the flyer. People share the flyers on Facebook, in WhatsApp groups, and what have you. When we have a problem, okay, here is Talata Sheriff, the National Administration on a flyer. Okay, here is it. September 18, 19, 2026. So are we not having two conventions in the CDC USA? Are we not having two conventions? Will anybody tell me I'm wrong for bringing it out when we have the elders, the leaders, and everybody watching the young people destroy the fabric of this organization, CDC USA? Are we supposed to be divided to go into 2029? Are we supposed to be divided to go into 2029? You got one group going to Philadelphia, you have another group going to Minnesota. What happens in between? Why can't we come together to say, okay, let's have a unity conference. Let's go to Detroit. Let's go to Grand Rapids. Let's go anywhere. Rhode Island, Wisconsin, anywhere. Let's go and have a tete-a-tete, a round table. Let's break bread together. Let's harmonize our differences. and everybody is running with President Weah's photo, does that grant approval? If you put President Weah's photo on your flyer, does it grant approval? If you put Wild Michael Gilman photo on your flyer, does it give you anything? Does it mean anything to you? Are you seeking relevance from Gilman? Or Gilman got followers? He got a concerned Liberian network. The people listen to him. They like him. So let him come to speak to us. You forgot about all you said about Gilman the other day? Let's bring him and put him on the pedestal. Huh? How do we win in 2029? How do we win? The CDC-USA has been a vibrant organization. And very supportive of Liberia. Before 2017, the CDC-USA was like the life support. Besides President Weah, CDC-USA was there sending money to Liberia. People can attest. There was a time CDC-USA sent over $100,000 to Liberia. And you think with division and favoritism and disrespect to constituted authority, that can happen again? If we fight among ourselves, destroy ourselves, our organization, do you think anybody will listen? Eh? When one group posts a flyer in the chat room, the other group posts a flyer. When one group says something, the other group says something. Since 2023, you don't think that was partly responsible for CDC loss or defeat? How did Darius DeLong win? To his first election, how did he win? When he ran against Polita Weah, it was disenchanted, aggrieved seditionists that voted for him. When he ran against Thomas Fowler, again, seditionists said, we are sending a message to our leaders. We are sending a message to our leaders. That's why we voted Darius DeLong. Okay? I mean, if you listen to me here tonight, I am not mincing any words. I am not famished. with words. I am being as clear, concise, precise as can be. I am not mincing any words here tonight because it hurts. It hurts when you see a group of people undermining themselves, undermining an institution, a vibrant institution. It hurts when people are making sacrifices to keep this community together, to keep this organization together. Then somebody tells me this person is that person and that person is this person. Some of the things that we hear, we can't talk it. We'll keep it when we get to that table, whether it's behind locked doors or it's at a conference, we will talk it there. But it's very, very bad that we will undermine ourselves and think that we are making headways. It is dangerous that we favor one group of people because they look like us, they speak like us, they dress like us. It's bad. Our leaders in Monrovia, in the diaspora, especially in America, that are listening to me tonight, or that will watch this video or later on, whatever time, or will hear the message about what Michael Gilman said. They need to pick up themselves, dust off themselves, and rally the troops. Instead of two conventions, they can call a unity conference, a peace, reconciliation, unity conference, where everybody sit around and decide, chart a course of action. In the absence of that, you have a split organization. Okay? You have a split organization. What happens when the Talata Sheriff group and the CDC-USA National Executive Committee of chapter leaders and the leaders from the different groups in the CDC-USA, what if they come together? That's the highest decision-making body. And they are in the United States. They are under the laws of the United States. They're not under the laws of Liberia. The Constitution of the CDC-USA only talk about Liberia coming in if there is a constitutional crisis. Do we have a constitutional crisis? No, we don't. We have disrespect going on. We have undermining going on. We have personal vendetta going on. We have hate going on. Dislike for one another going on. Name calling, lies going on. There's not a constitutional crisis. There is none. And if you are not in the United States, You are not paying dues to the CDC-USA. Whether you executive in Liberia and you came to America, you have never participated in anything CDC-USA, whether at the local chapter or national level, you got no say. The recognition given you is just respect. Okay? Hear me out. Hear me well. If you are not in the United States, you are in Liberia, you are in Europe, you are in Australia, you are in Afghanistan, you're in South Korea, you're in Ghana, wherever you find yourself outside the United States, you are not paying dues to CDC USA. You are not a member. You can probably be an honorary member, a non-due paying member. Have got no say. And it's not just CDC USA. Any organization. Veteran Adi, do you think I can go to Sano County Association and begin to do things there like a member? Emmanuel Bro, somebody talk to me. Sam Rex, Dauda, Vani Sharif. Do you think any one of us can go to any organization where we are not paying dues? Maybe that to their party, to their banquet, after their formal conversation, discussion, when they go to the banquet, then they go in, then we can all go there and knock glasses and break bread and have fun. Thank you, Anna Taylor. He said, no, it can't happen. While he can, no way, it can't happen. Okay? Yeah, Emmanuel, bro, no, you can't. Absolutely. It can't happen. So if people lend you courtesy, they grant you due respect, they honor you and listen to you and even accepted the suspension, you should be happy about that. You should be happy that somebody you have no jurisdiction over, you have no authority over, is listening to you and accepting the punishment you've put on them. You should be happy. You should be happy about that. Let me say to my man Eric Talu. sorry, I said Eric Talu. Eric Talu is in Tennessee. Now my man Eric passed away. You say you notice? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Tell him about it, Vicky. Victoria Adams. Say, Eric, TV and Tom can fight. This is not your oil to fry your buka fish. No doubt. Yeah. Legends Live. Henry Doe, you have no saying in any organization if you are not a due paying member. Lena Addison Outlet. Mr. Gamer, please change the tie to the red tie because you are on fire tonight. And I wear red tie for my own people. Yeah. And I wear red tie for my own people. Yeah. Yeah, Eric. Eric, you see the cup? You see the cup I'm drinking from tonight? He said, Gamer, drink some water. My brother, the rescue team is always welcoming. You see the cup I'm drinking from tonight? Digging deeper. That's the cup. It's also the fountain of knowledge. Okay? No, honestly, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah. When we are supposed to be strategizing, we are fighting one another. We are fighting one another. We are destroying our organization, our community, when we are supposed to be strategizing. 2029. We cannot have what is going on. We cannot win in division. We saw it. We can't. No way. Okay? I want to show you something. Some of you probably seen this video with the two rats fighting, and then the cats are watching. Yeah. The rats are fighting, and the cats are just watching, waiting to see what happens. This is what's happening to CDC. Oh, sorry. Hey, you see that? Hey, you see CC? CC your favorite? She said, Mr. Giver, not every discussion for the public. Absolutely, I agree. But that's why I'm not saying some things here. Okay? Except that what's in the public. That's what I'm talking about. We got two flyers in the public, and one of the flyers got me on it. And I've been getting barrage of phone calls, CC the Freeman. She said, Mr. Gamer, not every discussion is for public consumption. That's true. But what's in the public is what I'm discussing here. Look at this video right here. Look at this video right here. Two rats are fighting to kill themselves. And the rats are just watching. The cats are just watching, rather. You know who that? The Unity Party and CDC. CDC fighting herself while Unity Party is just watching to see who's going to knock their friend down. here? You see what's going on? You see what's going on? Eh? CDC opponents are just sitting by watching as we fight and kill ourselves. You see it? Okay, isn't that what's happening in the CDC USA? Eh? We fight to kill ourselves, to undermine our organization, and destroy the fabrics that bind us together. Eh? And Christopher Lotte Togbasi say, have you people reached out to each other and tried to have a sit-down meeting? Remember when I started CDC USA way before the last presidential election, self-destruct, sad. Togbasi, I don't know at what point did you join the conversation, but we stated here that you have a term of reference, a TOR, that was compromised, undermined by the framers. Okay? A term of reference that was undermined by the framers. From Iowa Convention, the Talata Sheriff leadership had 4 years. The conflict was still in the organization. A mediation committee was named and gave them 18 months. 2 days for their inauguration, another letter came that said, you got 12 months. 12 months. And the group rejected it. I have those communications here. I have those communications here, including the setting up of the naming of the convention committee by Chairman Janga Kowo. I have all of those communications. But what good does it do? Does it make? Eh? What good does it make? Eh? This very conversation goes back to our conversation here, the theme, the monologue. First, they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one to speak for me. Before they come for me, and there is no one to speak for me, I will speak. I will speak for the socialist. I will speak for the trade unionist. I will speak for the Jews. So that when I'm speaking for myself, people will listen. Today is the Yahaya Talata Sharif administration that is being undermined. Today it is the CDC-USA that is being undermined. All of that has a trickle-down effect. It has a trickle-down effect. It's going to go to Liberia, where the young people look up to us here in the diaspora for guidance, for leadership, for support. We have leaders in the CDC, former government officials that are scattered across the United States. You don't think if they get together and call everybody, say, let's meet and have a conversation on the way forward, you don't think that would be good? You don't think it will heal the division? All of those who were ministers, deputy minister, assistant minister, director, deputy director, that came from the United States, that worked in the CDC government, and when we lost the election, they are all back in the United States. Some of them are National Executive Committee members. They hold big positions in CDC, in their various locales across the country. You can never see them at any gathering CDC. Tobasi, did you hear me? Lady Doma, did you hear me? Dexter, Tue, did you hear me? Matilda Stevens. Matilda Stevens said, Mr. Gamer, you know, the party will put this in a newspaper because they're looking for something to make them happy, thinking that it would make them to win 2029 elections. But allow. But I agree with you to some extent. But what are we doing, Matilda, my sister? What are we doing to win 2029? Unity Party is doing everything to steal the elections by clamping down on free speech, by destroying people's homes so that people relocate out of Monserrado County, bringing Lala stories and cases against CDC officials. What are we doing? What are we doing? The story of Cloud Hope Foundation by the asset recovery team that took her to court. What are we doing about it? Have our people spoken about it? Officials? Have they said anything? Or they're not them? What are we doing about it? Oh, they're not my business. How do we win? Winning is good, it's sweet. You saw how we mobilized people from the diaspora to go to Liberia, to go register and go back to vote. People make 2 trips in less than 2 weeks just to vote. They went, we went in March 2023 When registration to vote was in April, we went in March. We registered in droves. Then we went back for the elections. When we did not win first round, some people left. And those people came back to Liberia. Okay? I can name a few here. Folonsho Bright Crawford, Comfort Mamite, Rebecca Sayer, and others. You think that money they get to fly to Liberia, fly back to the States, and go right back? You think that money they get? That's not money. That's love. Okay? What are we doing to win? We all want to win. We love to win. What are we doing? I don't have the red tie, so you wear red t-shirt, right?
Oh, the wise man.
Yeah. Good evening, Tamasa. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for having me.
No
It's
doubt.
good to be back. It's good to be back. We've been having a difficult weather a few days, but it's good to be back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, on the global stage. But yeah, let me just say hello to our GHT and CLN family.
Right.
And all those who take up their basic time to be with us on the broadcast or on the podcast. It's a joy to see people following and to listen to us. And also we honor their sacrifices as well. But it's always good to be with you, the wise man, more, especially when you are having that red tag internally, not visibly. That's the time it's good to sit with you. But it's good to be on the global stage once again, the wise man.
No doubt. Great to have you as well. You bet following the conversation? Or
Yes, our following that Jerry show run straight to the base. Maximum, I gotta I can't do nothing. When I'm done with the whole show, then I'll go now do that. I'll take care of the rest of the other personal business. Yeah, but I follow in breaking intermittently. I was just following.
Yeah.
But I think overall, yes. I think this is some internal issues that's currently has been eating, the fabric and the nucleus of this great institution.
Correct.
And I think there's no way in a political institution that things that we see as a cancer. Because we are afraid or maybe ashamed or maybe think that when we discuss these things, especially ones that are also that is out there, then I may want to undermine or maybe bring, so to speak, our data close outside outside to the public. But this is not the case, the wise man. I think as you are one of the elders in this movement, I think it is time that we shouldn't be just sitting on the fence or discussing in the corners, but then we cannot come up to be clearly, definitively be able to speak to this thing, because there are thousands within and out of our country that have been sacrificing their efforts, resources, and every other thing for this great institution. So if things that are happening like this, where people believe that we are not organized, it undermines, it dampen the whole, it kills the morale of the institution.
Right.
And that's why I salute you on the stance so far as to what has been happening. Mind you, Mr. Gilman, before even we went for the 2023 elections, we found out that the CDC-USA we are called the single largest constituent than any other auxiliary group or any other institution with the global institution CDC or Liberia. The CDC-USA comes second.
Right.
In terms of human capital, in terms of financial resources,
yeah,
in terms of technical know-how, and all these things, the CDC-USA, look, Mr. Gaiman, being a full soldier of the CDC, being a member of the Youth League, and also a leader of the Youth League.
Correct.
The CDC-USA were one of those greater institutions globally that supported every cost of our party, cost of our party. You know, the running even of the national CDC of Liberia, in terms of financing, when we were in the opposition, we relied on the CDC.
On the CDC USA,
yes, it's cardinal. It's one of those pillows. Look, it is good that you always recognize your pillow as an institution, and not even as an institution, even as a family man, you should always be able to identify the pillows, you know, of your family. And even as a friend, you know, you should be able to identify the pillows of all your friends that you have, because it gave you a clear direction and it gave you a clear and strategic position as to how you govern yourself. So we shouldn't in no way, if this one of these pillows, the CDC-USA, is dilly-dallying, is dunkling, is wobbling in terms of a lot of things that you talk about, you know, that you it may be hate, you know, it may be people that dislike other people. It may be like somebody just
it's not constitutional.
You know, and human factor always had the tendency to thwart the those legal instruments, you know, that govern the institution. So if we as a people, if we can come together, we put our differences aside and we look at the laws, because the only thing, there are three major things that govern any civilized institution, be it family, be it a community, be it a nation. You know, there are three cardinal things that we should not make fun out of. And one of the major among all is the laws. Laws are always there to govern, you know, and to make an institution vibrant, make it civilized and accessible. It is very important. So that's why whenever these things are happening, it is good that we should not cherry pick in terms of how we respond to certain laws that favor certain things, or certain structures or whatever. We should be holistic in our approach, and we should be sincere and honest in our approach, and we'll make sure that we go back to the Magna Carta, that is the constitution of the institution. Be it the CDC-USA, we have the CDC-USA Constitution. We should go there and to see what are the problems, and let the Constitution be able to explain and to solve this problem. But what kind of problem cannot be solved?
What kind of problem cannot be solved? Since 2023.
Yeah, we're providing leadership, we're still having crisis. And we're beating, and we're still having crisis.
We're still having crisis.
And then from there, we just come up by more, we say we're calibrating. No,
we are coming back 2029. How?
No, how?
How is he coming back? What's the strategy? In division, who wins in division?
No, you can. We can.
Yeah, who wins in division? Nobody.
Yes, no way. Now we can.
Let me welcome Ms. Charlene Pratt. She said, "Good evening, family. I just got back from Liberia yesterday." Welcome back, Ms. Pratt. And again,
I brought my computer. I forgot my charger. Let me run for it.
Okay. welcome, Ms. Pratt. It's great to have you back to Liberia and back safely. Continue to have our sympathy, okay? And stay strong. God will see you through. All right? Yeah. Okay, as we await Tamasa to come back, let me take this caller quick here, Musa Brown. I know a lot of you want chat internet, so please limit your conversation to at least 1 minute to 90 seconds. Musa Brown, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Gilman? And how you doing, GSC family? And Mr. Gilman, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for lifting up this topic.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Gilman, there are people in the CDC don't really know what the CDC stands for.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't look at the example of our political leader. You know, sometimes when you following somebody or you in an organization and you got a leader, see the way that person does things when it comes to his leadership style.
Right.
We are behind a political leader in 2010. CDC went to a convention to go to the election 2011. They went to a convention in Kakata.
Yeah.
We were able to look at the political leader who came second to Mana Eddie Justice Sarif and say, step aside, we're going to use a different person. And he only accepted.
Yeah.
And went to the election 2029. Again, 2020 to 2017, we went back there and told him, you can come back and become a leader. He agreed. But look, there are certain people that feel that being in the CDC, because you join the CDC or you are part of the founding member of the CDC, it means that it is a matter of must. You must hold opposition.
Yeah.
Look, Mr. Gilman, for you beating around the bush for calling those guys their name. But Mr. Gilman, there are times that we will be able to stand up to these people and tell them to their faces. It doesn't matter how long, it's how well that you are organized when you come into an organization. You can come to an organization, you be the very newest person, but because of your IQ and your intellect and your position, the way you present yourself,
right,
make the people to choose to be your leader. Doesn't matter how long. Like the leg of Mana George. Mana George think that he should be president chairman for the CDC-USA at all costs. And he be supported by Prince Sharif, my own vice brother for Kidman, which is very wrong. These are the two people that have been causing this trouble. Prince Sharif serving as Secretary General. They go all around. No, CDC don't need this at this time. We did this thing, we lost the 2023 election. Just as you suggested, let us call on Chairman Janga Kowo. It is on our voice. There is about time that we call a reconciliation conference.
Right.
Not in Philadelphia, not in Minnesota, but we call it in a different state where all the stakeholders will sit down around one table and make a decision
that
will positively affect our 2029 election. But the way things are going, Janga Kowo, it is good that the government has lifted this issue. It is a very serious issue. Prince Sharif, my dear brother, I love him so much because he's so courageous, and Mana George. But look, leadership is not about I must. Without me, it will not be. Because they did the same thing when they elected the woman who just left the chairmanship. Who organized the Grand Championship before Talata came in.
Right.
They did the same thing. You lost.
Yeah.
If you are favored by the people will elect you. Sometimes if you just take your own time and do the right thing, and you don't start to force your way on the people will elect you.
Right.
You see? So I'm just appealing to these guys. Look, gentlemen, it's about time that CDC-USA, so those of us that are disenchanted, those of us that feel that the election did not go our way or this, look, let's leave it and lay all our differences aside and recalibrate ourselves. But this must come from Chairman Janga Kowo.
Absolutely.
Let us start sending letters. Chairman Janga Kowo and the leadership in Liberia, you are the global chair. Stop sending letters. Get to intervene, get a telephone call, and cancel these two conferences that have been called, and call a general conference where in a different state, and then have a roundtable discussion for for the betterment of our dear party, the CDC. We can't be crying, we can't be talking, we can't be struggling, and then few group of people want to throw our effort under the bus.
Yeah.
It will not be good for us. It will hurt us. And that leadership is upon you, Janga Kowo. It's upon you, Jefferson Koji. It's upon you, even the president, His Excellency George Manawia. You are hearing this thing. Please step in. Step in. And if Janga Kowo doesn't want to do it, step in, say something. People will listen. And then CDC will move forward and will be victorious come 2029. But without that, I tell you, Mr. President, CDC-USA is being undermined. It's being undermined.
Right.
And we need your presence. Thank you, and God bless you, Mr. Gilman, for lifting. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, Musa Brown there from New Jersey. And let me read this comment, and Tamasa gonna take it. This from Terry Marie Falabondo, my dear friend there from Minnesota. He said, "Good evening, my good friend YMJ. It's been a while. Hope your family is well. This topic is very interesting to us rescue missionaries. We are watching like the cats watching the rats fighting." Ha ha ha. Bad man laugh. And Tamasa, this the video he's talking about. Did you see this video?
No.
Look at the video.
Yeah, I'm seeing there.
This is this. You got two rats fighting, and the cats are watching.
What?
Yeah.
Mr. Gilmore?
Yeah.
So the portrait of the two rats fighting, and the cats, about almost 15, just watching.
They're watching.
You normally would say that, whether Liberia is on the cliffs,
right?
And but this is more than that.
It's more than that.
It's a serious danger. And I hope that this will not have the portrait, that metaphor that we want to categorize our institution.
Yeah.
But I think this will just give us that inclination.
That inclination.
Look, we should not get to this place because we are gradually getting there.
We are getting there.
Yeah.
All right. We are getting there because
we are getting there.
It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
But that's a sad reality.
Yes, it's a very sad reality, Mr.
Yeah. Terry Bondo is joking about it, but that's a fact.
Yeah.
They are watching CDC disintegrate. And Boaka said it. He said by the time he's done with CDC, they will not be on CDC anymore.
Yeah. I was surprised, Mr. Gilman. When the party came up with that whole information that, look, we want to see how best we can get back, especially to come to see how best we can restructure the activities in the U.S. and to make sure that, look, let us look out to see bring a new breed, new form of leadership, and to see what are the old guys, that have been bickering should go and sit on the side. So I try to find out, where all the discussions came from and how well, we all, the party were thoughtful.
Right.
The National Executive Committee, the head of council, the stakeholders of the party, in making sure that, they'll come up with that whole idea. Mind you, saying something like that, it sounds good, it sounds good to say, look, but then how sincere and honest we are in making sure that, yes, there are a lot of bickering, because if you want to solve problem, the first thing you need to do is to identify the problem first. And then and those that are the cost of this problem need to be identified,
right?
So that we can use collective guilt to just say CDC USA is this,
yeah,
And then once we can find these individuals, and then we have that means to sit with them and be able to understand what is the problem, because this thing is like a cancer. It's just confusion everywhere. People just
right. Jerome Gamer, I want you to integrate Jerome Gamer comments. You said, guys, we have another 4 years. It is a long time. common heads will prevail. But this conflict started when? Before 2023 election. 2023. Yeah. So how long does it last, Jerome Gamer? Don't confuse the people, my man.
So it's something that we need to be low. I remember 2019, we talk about the reconciliation and to see how best we can bring people on the table and to talk. But the way we wanted that process to work out, because back then I was in Liberia, it didn't work out that way.
No.
Because I saw that instead of people being very honest, going down and interacting with these people, the grassroots parties, guys are having, men and women are having dissatisfaction or not understanding how things were going. They didn't do it. They had a flamboyant gathering at the ATS, and they brought the president there, the standard bearer, the president and standard bearer of the party, and everybody raised battle cry and danced, and everyone went home. But then I'm talking about right after the election that Jerome won.
Yeah.
And the one between he and Thomas Fala.
Thomas Fala, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
And by then there were a lot of things. We that came from the States, we went there and we saw the loopholes. And we tried to get to these guys to say, look, there's something is not right here. We can't be the sitting, the governing party. Then we don't have, pool watchers at certain places in Monterrey County. So if this can happen in 2020, in 2019, then we're looking at 2023, and we're looking at places like Bapolu, we're looking at places like Beleyala, we're looking at places as far as Bokonjide. How do we get our people if our people cannot be in Monserrado and as a governing party? But things didn't go well.
No.
Now we say we want to recalibrate. We want to put everything aside. There's needs that honest men and women need to come on the table and to ask for these problems. And especially the CDC-USA. Let's go to the CDC-USA. If the CDC-USA is serious and well-structured and organized, the guys in Monrovia will be very, very effective, Mr. Gilman.
Absolutely.
Because the CDC-USA and Monrovia, the work. And we saw past leadership, the work together. We saw past leadership. We know how collaboratively they work together. And at the end of the day, results came. There were many by-elections while we're in the opposition. We won these major by-elections.
Yeah.
Because we're together. There's a need. And one thing I want for us to understand is, I want for the global leadership to understand that the CDC-USA has their own constitution.
Right.
There may be slight difference in there. The role to play, it is not to direct. The role to play is to see how best you can come in
and intervene.
Intervene.
The
document clearly.
Right.
If those that will go and deviate from the document, then they don't mean work for the institution. We have to be clear, because there's no crisis. We just continue to drag. And how can we solve it? And the way they want to solve it is say, okay, let everyone go and say, let's bring new leadership. It doesn't work like that, because there will always be old mark and before the new mark comes about. So address the problem first from the old mark and understand what the problem is or are, and then from there we can go ahead. And that needs to be done.
Absolutely. Eddie Mayata Song Belima, he said, the wise man of our time, Wild Michael Gilman, with everything that's going on, Chairman of CDC-USA is suspended. CDC-USA is divided into two groups, two different conventions. My question is, as a due payer, who do we pay our dues to in the U.S.? Simple. The chairman is suspended, but the organization is still on. That's aggrieved members in the CDC-USA that are holding convention or appointed by Janga Kowo to hold convention. But the constituted authority, Eddie Mayata Song Belima, the constituted authority is the one led by Yahaya Talata Sharif, though he's allegedly suspended. But the acting chairman, Donald Tote, is there, and everybody else is there. Okay, another interesting thing, Tamasa, is that The interim leadership appointed by Janga Kowo for an 18-month period. Hey, let me correct this quickly before I move on. I stated earlier that the 18-month period, the Sharif administration was not supposed to partake in the elections. That was an error. The 18-month period, everybody was free to contest. It's the 12-month that he came with, and then said they cannot contest in the 12. When he came out the second time with the 12-month TOR, he said they can't contest. Okay, but the interim administration he put together, he named some of these guys from the aggrieved group that call themselves reformers. He named some of them to work with Talata Sharif. From my understanding, these guys have not been cooperative with Sharif. They will not go to meetings. They will not pay their dues. They will do nothing. Okay? Nothing. Even a group that Janga Kowo put together to hold convention in Philadelphia, they have not paid their dues. Are you suggesting that people who, it's a membership organization, your membership is legit with dues? People who did not pay their dues will organize convention? Who will pay money to them? The dues and convention fees and all of that.
Yeah. Mr. Gilbert is a serious it's a serious thing that we really need to look into. I know that the chairman will follow. I'm talking about the acting global chairman will follow. I think what make this a little confusing, it is the two flyers now that is out there.
That is out there.
Yes, that's there where I must say I got shocked, because I thought that, you know, the leadership, especially the global leadership, are intervened in a significant way to resolve this particular matter. So that's why they all, I thought they all agree in one accord that, look, moving forward, let us put everything behind us, and then let us do this. And that's why when they came up with that 12 months,
right?
I heard about the 12 months. But then looking at this, because there are two flyers. It's not this. Okay, I think this one from the Pennsylvanians.
Yeah, Pennsylvania people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. This is the Pennsylvania.
This the other one.
Yes. But you see, you know, let me say this. Yeah, let me say this, Mr. Gilmore.
Yeah.
I just looking at the flyer. Because of the flyer, let me just say something to you. We are institutionalists. We have been trained, and there's a slogan, there's a word that we coined that will refer to a democratic centralism. That democratic centralism, we teach militants and cadres to understand how you respect the party and you always watch where decisions are emanating from.
Right.
And then what we use, we say we look at the bearership of the institution and where the flags is. And the person that now bearing that bearership and the flagship is the current acting global chairman Janga Kowo. In as much that they went through there and there's information came from them that there will be a convention that will be held in Pennsylvania, and they came out with a flyer. Any other thing that comes from out of that particular agenda, contrary from that agenda, contradicting that agenda, whatsoever other person will call them a party deviant. I saw Rufus is my own big brother, Big Brother Rufus Akwe. Look, we will not tolerate that. because I know where he came from. I know where they come from. Look, we will not tolerate that. We will what we would do if there are any grievances. If there's any grievances, and I'm somersaulting because I see the other flyers, so I'm somersaulting. If there's any grievances from Wolfers Akwe group, I think there's need that they consult the global chairman and other things can be settled. But this particular flyer for September, this one, I feel is counterproductive. It is not proper. And I believe Big Brother Wolfer Akwe, I believe that he has a lot of things on his sleeves. I know he's been a very staunch member of this party in the past and current. I know that he went down cool. So to come up with another flyer, I feel that he's want to undermine.
No, the flyer did not originate from Rufus Akwe. He's just a distributor. He's just sharing.
That's what I'm saying. If as a party man, I would not see flyer like this, I share it. So if Rufus, Big Brother Rufus Akwe, are calling him out to share such a flyer, I believe that he wants it is not proper because he knows the original flyers came from the global chairman, acting global chairman. So if there's anything that coming out, he should not be, because he's an editor. He should not be the one to spread or to share such a flyer. I think let other people do it, but the name Rufus Akwe to share it, I feel that it is not a good thing to do, and we have to call people out. He's my own big brother,
right?
From New York.
That's my twist. That's my twist.
That sacrifice for the party will not underestimate the sacrifice for the party. Will recognize that. Will always give them a flyer. But where we are now, there where leadership plays. Absolutely. I Delano Tamasai cannot give me the flyer. I share it. I will not do that. I will not do that. The first thing I have to investigate first. But if any other person can do it, it's okay. But like Big Brother, like Rufus Akwe, these are people, wants to carry something like this. They have certain, different opinion in terms of how things have been handled. Mm-hmm. So I just want to weigh in that way softly and smoothly, a little bit warm and a little bit soft about that. Yeah, a little bit cautious about, it's right. But this is not a proper thing to do. I believe that
the acting chairman, Donald Tode, trainer here, he said the CDC-USA administration was not a party to the Pennsylvania Convention. So it is the CDC-USA administration, under his leadership, the acting chairman, Donald Tode, that came out with a flyer, and Rufus Akwe is just a sharer of the flyer. Just like this other flyer by, this one shared by Solomon Mwing. Yeah, Solomon Mwing is the convention chair named by Janga Kowo. Yeah, to host the CDC-USA convention in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia.
Mr. Gibbon, and let me say it again.
Yeah.
In the CDC, we have a way that we handle things. Democratic centralism, that's why we taught our people.
Right.
When I'm talking about, at least CDC-USA, maybe they may be, but where the flag is, when I mean the flag, is the chairperson.
Right.
The only way I could go contrary, if Janga Kowo could not be given that mandate as the acting global chair, but in as much that the acting global chair came out with certain, that means there are certain consultation that was done with the leadership back home. And yes, so if there's anything, I think that the other party would have been a little bit cautious and to go into this, behind the scene to discuss it than to come up with a flyer. Because, you know, there will always be issues, Mr. Gilmore.
Absolutely.
They are just trying to be managing a little bit. There will always be issues because we always sit on the table. So I don't want to manage a little bit. There will always be issue, Mr. Gilmore.
Right.
We experienced from day one. Mind you, even the convention that we had in Tottenham brother brought George Solo, there were crises. But at the end of the day, they played the standard bearer stand. We told these people that how the ANC were formed, sorry to say that how Rocho Gooden will say, where the standard bearer is, there where we will go. Democratic centralism. So where Janga Kowo is where the standard bearer is. So we can't, you know, I don't want to just bring it that way. So you got to be mindful and be careful, but these are the way we handle things. There will always be issues, but you can't come, you know, yeah, you can't do that, you know. So that's what I just came, because once they know that the chairman, the acting chairperson, global chair, came out with a pronouncement about certain things, I know it may not be satisfactory to all, because one way I understand, public policy cannot please everyone. I know, even saying the democratic space, I know that certain decisions may not be favorable to everyone. But in that case, looking where we are, I believe that the acting chair, for one way or the other, and the rest of the guys from the New York and all the other side, you know, and, you know, where, you know, Chairman Rufus, you know, I call him chairman too, the Chairman Emeritus Rufus Akwe from New York, you know, I think would have been thoughtful, been so wise, you know, to go, because one of the conventions I have been lingering, it was a convention in Pennsylvania that have been lingering, that I've been talking about. It have been in the public glare, you know. So if maybe certain thing is happening, I know, you know, we can be able to talk about it. But I believe where the flag is, it is just leadership 101. I'm just talking about. I'm talking about deep party politics.
Right.
Where the flag is where the decision, is where the weight is. So I believe, you know, the other side would have just hold on a little bit and to go through these things and maybe come up with a release and saying something, you know, but coming with two convention is a crisis. And I believe the leadership back home to come out on this is a crisis already we identified. I think the leadership back home should not force this, because now we want to settle dispute.
Right. So let's go to the phone lines.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phone lines and welcome Alfonso Decla. Alfonso, welcome. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Gilman.
Yeah.
And let us extend greeting to Mr. Tamasa, the senior brother, as well. And
let me before you go forward, let me announce our telephone lines are open. You can call us here, and please take a minute, at least 75 seconds, so that we can take as many calls as possible. 313-957-9702. WhatsApp and direct is the same number, 313-957-9702. We will also read your comments momentarily. Go ahead, Alfonso.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gilman.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I thought you're still in Liberia.
No,
you know.
I know.
Alfonso, the last year. How are you, my dear brother?
Yeah, and Chief Tamasa, man, we need to compare. The senior. I will give you a call after the show. But Mr. Gilman, I know you gave on this. I mean, seconds, but you know what we have here is more than seconds.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Don't finish. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just your time. Go ahead.
Okay. So the issue here is I like the way Mr. Saab put it. The party. You see, they have various embassies in other part of the country, but all the embassies submit to the executive back home. The executive has the power to recall anyone from any country as an ambassador.
Right.
So it is the same with the party. The party has, the national has the right to call and make a decision. And if they put up any publication and someone come up with a counter publication to that announcement that have already been placed out there, we see that as an undermining. and we see that as what we've been hearing, some intelligence that there are some operatives within the CDC USA. There are people who been used because you see, President Waka tried to destroy the CDC. They felt that the demolition of the party headquarters was a way to eliminate the CDC, and they never survived by that particular action. So now what the Buaga administration is doing, as wicked as the old man, they have given power to run the affairs of the country, but the whole administration is targeted only to destroying the CDC. Right. That is the whole focus. So he tried to use people like Mohamed Dukle on the National Port Authority, who have planted people within the CDC. And so, and we see that as something like it's not fair to the Liberian people. When the people gave you power to run their country and you try to manipulate by using, because MPA is not contributing to the national budget. These are some of the fundings that Buaka administration is using to get target and just think that through those means CDC will be destroyed. We got all those intelligence, we got all those information. And if people think,
are you saying that people in the CDC USA leadership or membership are being paid to undermine the CDC USA?
We got people within the CDC USA. There are people who have been planted within the CDC USA to destroy, to undermine, and counter every progressive actions that will come from the national. They are in the CDC USA. They are in other parts. I don't want to be specific.
Yeah, but let me ask you. We'll hold a conversation. Are those the people that first gave the CDC USA leadership the first term of reference 18 months, and then it came back 2 days to inauguration again in 12 months? Are those the people that are planted in the CDC?
Like I said, Mr. Gilman, I said I'm speaking in general with the CDC. Those people know themselves. No, they have to wear the eye, they know themselves. Without 18 months, let me just make something clear. I will not go too deep into it. That 18-month issue, let the people come up with a publication. Let it come up with a letter that states that stated that there was money given to them for them to have elections, so that look at the time they are even gone beyond 18 months, because if you look at the time that they came to power up to current, it's over 18 months.
Listen,
if you look at the time they came to power,
Alfonso, I have the 18-month communication with everybody that was listed to work with Sharif. I have it. With the chairman's signature on it. I have it with the chairman's signature on it. I spoke about it earlier. I have the 18 months. I have the 12 months. The 18 months came before the 12 months. Okay. Now, what did I want to say? If you talk about undermining or people planted to undermine, if you issue 12 months, if you issue 18 months and 12 months, who's undermining? And then the second thing you spoke about, the people came to power and they have spent more than 18 months. They were supposed to go for 4 years, but they compromised. So all the time they used to go through the compromisation, you don't count it until when that 18-month letter came.
But one of the things that one of the letters that they failed to give you, Mr. Gilman, that convention that they had in Iowa, that convention was illegal. That convention violated the Constitution.
Okay.
How many chapters were prepared that attended that convention? So when people think about erase the points,
Alfonso,
yeah,
you will agree with me that the very aggrieved parties to this conflict had their convention in New York. While convention was going on in Iowa, they had their convention in New York.
Who had convention in New York?
You don't know there was a convention in New York? The reformers?
The reformers are for me, because of the way things been going, I've been neutral. And I think, but I see the reformers, their approach have been very in line with the Constitution. When you look at the approach of the reformer and every side that we've been watching, the reformers have been very respectful of the Constitution. They have not violated any Constitution. And for the convention, I yet to see those pictures. I yet to see a picture if there was a convention in New York. The reason why they not had a convention in New York and took it to Iowa, they are more story to that. When Bwaka was coming to the United States, they not wanted a sedition to disrupt the visit of President Bwaka. So we know all of that. There are more story to that. Reformer never had any convention until I can see the evidence, I can see those pictures of their convention. Because even at the time, the New York chapter,
I lower your microphone. Nobody hearing you. I lower your microphone. I will not entertain dishonesty. Okay? I will not entertain dishonesty. You know there was a convention in New York. At the same time, convention was going in Iowa. You know there was an injunction filed in court by this very group. Okay? So I will not entertain dishonesty. Let's have a fair and balanced conversation. All right? Abraham, Chair Tucker said, bring me on. Send me a message to Messenger and then to Jida Hot Talk, and I will send you the link. Or better still, you can call the telephone number 313-957-9702. All right. I openly stated here that there was a convention. They had a convention flyer in New York. Didn't you see it, Tamasa?
I saw it. I saw it. I saw a flyer like this.
We had the same two similar situations, two flyers going around.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation right here.
But the only thing I didn't see was maybe the program being held and leadership, emulate from the convention from New York, but I followed the Iowa.
It was poorly attended. It was poorly attended.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
Yeah, it was poorly attended. Yeah.
And I think that's there where we're going again. So
yeah, where we going again.
Yeah, where we're going. And that's why with what I said earlier, because these things help to build the morale of the institution. And that one of the reasons back home, there may be a lot of things happening back home, but there are certain way we manage situations, and then we allow, that way we come up with that slogan that the institution remains supreme. And it entails a lot of sacrifices. It entails blood and sweat. There are people that have been stepped upon, but because of the brand and the name of the institution, and then we come up with that slogan. So that slogan, it doesn't just come from just a mere talk, to say the CDC remains supreme. It is not a mere talk. It comes with tremendous sacrifices. People have even say it happens to President Weah, and one of those sacrifices for him to narrow himself as a vast standard bearer, a man that built his own party, to narrow himself as a vast standard bearer, and to allow another person for Lano, which is Winston Tubman, to become standard bearer of our party.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we say the institution. So there are more. We'll go into that.
Yeah, let me take another caller. Folks, our lines are open. Call us here, 313-957-9702. Musa Brown, welcome back.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Gilman, I just wanted to clarify. When you talked to the gentleman, I led the line before Tabasaki in. There was a convention here, but at that convention, it was live. But the people at that convention, they didn't even retain.
Right.
That convention, they didn't really retain. That convention was Prince Sherry, Wamana, George, also all of ladies in New York. It was live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that convention was live. So I mean, they held that convention, they held that leadership, but being that they didn't have the particular number they anticipated having at the convention, they didn't come out with nothing good. Even when they were arriving at their arrival,
Right.
because that convention was set up so that they could have countered the other convention ongoing. But then when they went to that, yes, in Iowa. But because of what happened, the number they got was very discouraging. They couldn't come up with any decision. You see, like I was saying, that was about the same thing. That hey, Mana George wanted to be the chairman of CDC-USA, and this is just wrong. Like you told that gentleman, it is just better we face the issues and say the truth. And this is why this is the only way we all move forward. If we are expected to get to leadership, if we not start speaking truth of power, and facing our brothers and sisters and tell them, look, we need to unite, we need to form a strong force to go together, then it means that we're making a mistake. There was a convention in New York. That convention was live. But I sure the people at that convention did not reach 10. The number did not reach 10%.
No.
You see, so they didn't come up with any decision because what they expected, they thought that people are going to boycott the Iowa convention and come to the New York convention because of Mana George, but it didn't happen. So there was a total loss. So we need to stop about I've been here a long time. So they mean that the other person they can make it. No, we need to form a strong force and move forward together. Thank you, Mr. Gilman.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Alfonso, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Gilman.
You realize that there was a convention?
Mr. Gilman, how would the New York chapter host a convention when the chairman was no longer living in New York?
So, did you go to Iowa convention? Did anybody in the reformer go to Iowa convention?
Like I said, I'm not part of I'm not part of the reformer.
Did anybody? That's what I'm asking you. Did anybody in the reformer go to Iowa convention?
Well, I don't know the reformer members. I don't know who are part of the reformer. I don't know who.
Okay.
Some group of people went to Iowa.
Okay, all right, Alfonso. Say you don't know the reef. You know that's why I said I don't like dishonesty in my conversation. I spoke openly here, my face on the camera. I did not mince any words. This is about truth telling for peace, unity, and reconciliation. If you continue to hold these feelings inside of you, to harbor these feelings, and talk about the guy at the Freeport is the one that yeah, hold on. Let me take Prince Sherry. Prince Sherry, welcome. How you doing? Hello? Prince.
Yes, hello? Yes.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. So I listened to your narrative relative to what is ongoing.
Yeah.
And I want to say thanks to a big brother, Honorable Tilano Tamasa, and many others who are listening. But what I want to say before going into the issue, if I'll be given the time, is that the CDC is a political institution that has structures, and we have a way that we handle issues. I think this process of continuously coming on Facebook to take internal issues and bring it on your platform. We have a way that
please mute your line. I'll drop Prince Sharif. I'll drop him off the line because I'll show you a flyer here with my picture on it that was not approved by me. That went on social media. I have the flyer right here. Okay? Talking about my continuous whatsoever. This is the flyer here with my picture on it. I did not approve it. Those people who sent me the flyer, go and ask them. They asked me whether they should go ahead and publish this flyer. And I said, I did not respond to them. Okay? They said they were going to send me a letter inviting me to go and speak. I did not get any letter from them. They sent me the flyer for any correction. I did not respond to it. They published the flyer this morning, and I begin to get barrage of phone calls. Okay? How can you make me a party to something that I did not consent to? I'm a public figure. You put me out there, I respond to the very place where you put me. Okay? That's what it is. Let me take this caller from 302-8271. Hello? Please mute the video in the background. Mute the video in the background, and then you go ahead and speak to me. 302-8271. Hello? It's a Delaware number.
How you doing, Michael?
Great. Who is this?
Hey, Michael. How you doing? This is Alex.
Alex?
Yeah, Alex.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you see, I'm sorry I just joined this conversation, and I really don't know what the premise of it was, but I want to believe it's about the success of CDC.
Right.
I have not been privy to a lot of information when it comes to the entire CDC thing. And for those of us who really, really want to participate and be a part of this organization, I believe
folks, please bear with me. I just pick up a call and then everybody drop. Okay, let's take Mandingo General. Mandingo General, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Gilman.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on your live.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Gilman, how are you talking about? I hear Prince Sherry talking about what happened in Atlanta, how you call it, Iowa, because you don't want people to talk about it.
Yeah.
You see, Mr. Gilman, CDC, not for somebody special. If you are a registered member, do you pay up? You part of CDC and your CDC. You understand?
Right.
But you know, when you take something like you love, but this man that they call their whole crew, what they call reformer.
Yeah. They
don't love CDC. Other than the cause today, CDC loves election in Africa. First of all, they start with you. They bring out 4. Other than the ED, I think they went for you at that time. I think later they found out it wasn't true. We went for convention in Iowa, and Constant Double chairman at that time.
Right.
She was leaving, but you think when chairman leaving, when they're having convention, who's going to host that? Who's going to conduct that convention?
The outgoing chairman.
Thank you. And she Prince Sherry was assistant secretary on a constant. But they see that was they respecting constant back and back, fighting your own leadership, saying fighting constant. We went Iowa and we have a meeting that day. Everybody agreed that we should go Iowa for the convention. He the Prince Sherry man was fighting everybody that we should have convention. But when you thought that they could go on way better. So manager could go. When we went Iowa, Talata came that he was running for chairmanship leadership. Because when they saw if you already spoiled our bottle, nobody could vote for them. You understand?
Hello?
They could not
Hold
contest.
on. Yeah, go ahead.
When we went Iowa, we had a convention, everything happened good. We did everything there. Convention went on. Talata won the convention, and before we going for the convention, they even put out on a flyer order they were going for that convention in Iowa. The guy that called himself Reverend, I know he called himself Reverend Success.
Yeah.
That guy won. No, I'm not calling Reverend because politics, when you prepare a politics, and you know, even an imam, I will not call you imam. I will call you by your name. So after we left from there, men and when they have that convention, they formed their own group, what you call reformer. So that when I saw CDC in Sioux CDC in Iowa.
Yeah.
You say you love the party.
I got that document, the injunction.
You understand? You love the party because it's not in your field. Like when you sue the same party, that today now they coming in and can say, oh yeah. When you see today the same propaganda they say carry around, they keep fighting everybody. It will not happen.
No. Thank
During
you very
that
much.
day, it happened. Thank you, Mr. Given. Let me get other people too.
Yeah.
So when I got say, I say, when I discuss on your platform, discuss it.
I see that the Prince Sherry group, they're calling back to back. If you want to come on the show, I can bring you on here tomorrow or Friday. I will not be on. I can bring you on tomorrow. We'll have a show tomorrow, Thursday or Monday, late Monday evening. Okay. And the Talata Sheriff administration, now headed by Acting Chairman Janga Kowo, I will bring you guys on so that you can provide your clarity. Let's leave tonight for the callers and the ordinary membership in the CDC. But the administration and the reformer group, I can host you if you want to come. Okay? Yeah. Let's take this other caller here, 302-3080. 302-3080. Hello, from Delaware.
Hey, Mr. Gilman.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Okay. For me, I just feel that the whole thing, somebody said, don't bring it in the public and other things.
Yeah.
They are the one bringing it in the public in the first place. CDC is not like today party where things will happen today. You feel like other people will not hear it. We got opposition all around us. Okay. For me, my only concern is, what was the constitution that brought Talata Sheri to leadership? Why they can't uphold that constitution?
Right.
If the constitution says the man should be in power for 1 year, for God's sake, whosoever want to be chairman is your right. But wait until the man's term is over. If the man went against the constitution, and you think that he went against the constitution, that you can something, okay, look for the ethics committee, and then pull it before them.
Right.
And then they will somehow temporarily suspend Talata Sheri instead of his entire leadership. Investigation go on. If he's wrong, they suspend him for but let the man know why he's being removed. Then for somebody to feel that because they know Janga Kowo number,
right,
and they can just call Janga Kowo and explain what they want for Janga Kowo to hear, and Janga Kowo will just take a telephone and call a legitimate chairman and tell him, say, hey, your turn is something. We shouldn't do this. The same law last night we're talking about in a unity party government that we're talking about, we cannot start in our own party. And we don't want to carry that into 2029. If we can't fix it now, we carry 2029 will be wet. Because listen, the division will be more.
Yep.
The division will be more. Who are those that are talking about rebranding? If you want to rebrand, allow Talata Sheri on Talata.
Tell you to be over.
Okay, or if he does something, if he did anything against the constitution, but when he was elected on, okay, you can send him to the ethics committee.
Right.
Then for you to be making noise all over CDC, all the people will start outside there, all the people will start there. They need to start there.
Thank you.
They need to start there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Let me take this caller, 347-3305 from New York. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Gilman, this is me, Abraham Chia Tucker. Thank you so much.
Hey, Tucker, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just wanted to throw a light on some of the things that you're talking about.
Right.
You mentioned that, yeah, truth telling is part of the process, which is so true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are in the party, but some people are not truthful.
How can somebody
And,
tell me, Alfonso Degler, my junior brother, tell me he doesn't know who are in the reformers group?
yeah, so this is a long-standing problem in the CDC, and most of the problem is being encouraged by the people in Liberia, CDC in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
When we were elected, I came on the team with Constant Dwopu. We were elected in Atlanta, Georgia, and the very people who are calling themselves reformers, a majority of them, they're similar thing to us that they are doing to Talata now. We won the election. Manny George was defeated in the election.
Yeah.
And right after the election, they started making noise. Later on, McGill, Tway, and some other officials that met us in Washington, D.C. And they talked to us. They even talked to us to get 3 committees to them. We gave them the committee and stated it did not work. So this is a pattern. I believe manager and other guys, I will call his name. The reason why is that he's one of those guys that are on top of these kind of stuff. And I've spoken to them plainly. You cannot, if you become a chairman of the party, who do you expect to support you when you are cause chaos all around? And the people in Liberia, Janga Kowo, they all need to open up their mind. This is not right. Molu did the same thing, or maybe somebody before Molu did the same thing. We went through the same thing with Molu. This is the same thing Janga Kowo is doing. It's not right. They need to be very truthful. A truth telling will help the party for us to realign ourselves and to move forward. All that nonsense, my other brother was talking about Bweka. Bweka has nothing to do with that. Unity Party people have nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
It is just your own. It is just your own behavior. Your own behavior. You are destroying yourself, and you want to blame other people for that. So we've been in the CDC for a long time, and we're not staying here. And you come and lie to the whole world that Bweka and other people. Bweka has nothing to do with it. All those people you're accusing got nothing to do with those people.
Right.
It is your own behavior. Come together, say the truth, and let's move forward. I think Mr. Chairman Kowo, for respect, I will call him chairman. But if he doesn't behave properly, I would not personally refer to him chairman. He needs to do the right thing. He needs to call the other people's side so that we can come together and have one convention. It will be a slap to his administration or slap to his face if he does not resolve that conflict before the two conventions. It doesn't make no sense.
No, not at all.
Yeah, a lot of them see that the guy they closer to the president or they know people around the president. It does not matter. Yeah, we are making sacrifices. Yeah. We've been making sacrifices since 2004 and up to this time. Nobody asks you for anything but respect the people, respect the process.
Respect the process. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they call the convention.
Thank you very much.
On a white ballot. So why you want to question the man?
Right.
The man went on a white ballot.
Thank you very much,
we cannot
Chair.
continue doing the same thing over and over. This is wrong.
Thank you. Let me take the last caller, and then we'll go to Tamasa. 302-9460. Hello. 302-9460. Hello.
Hey, hello, Mr. Gamer. I think I trick you. I call you on my other number. So, hello, Mr. Gamer.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just on. I think when I spoke, I didn't bring up ring. Maybe I think the only solution to this, I know the president is hearing it. The president we are is hearing it. I think the only thing he can do, he had to call the 2 fractions. If there are 2 or 3 fractions, he need to call a Zoom meeting for all the leaders for him to be able to talk anything. I mean, I think that would be the solution.
Right.
Call the 2 people that fighting. President we are, if you get me, please do that. You have to exhibit leadership now because CDC is global.
Right.
So people in the USA got problem. It's a party problem. So if you hear me, Mr. President, I salute you. Take the phone, look for the head of both of these factions, call them together, and find a common ground. Thank you, Mr. Gamer. And thank you for the show.
No doubt. Thank you very much. Tamasa.
Yeah, Mr. Gilman. Yeah, I think There are a lot, to be frank. There are a lot. And I think one of the things that we need to do is it's good for everybody to express themselves. Whatsoever they have, that they put on the table. But one thing I may not go through, I may not understand, being part of the last chairmanship that I already participated in the CDC-USA. It was Chairman Ato Zangama. Yeah, and after that, I haven't been really involved with the CDC-USA politics. Currently, I'm working with my local chapter, the chapter here in North Dakota, under the garden leadership of Chairman Mervin. Gopu, yes. We are doing our work, doing our thing in our local areas. So one of the ways I would just want to, while we're talking about the national level, the CDC-USA, let us first go to our various local chapters in our own cities. Let's make sure that we restructure our local chapter first in our own cities. And once our local chapter becomes vibrant and solidified and strong, and then we start this. But one thing I want to just stress on here, Mr. Gilman, the lack of respect for leadership and the laws that govern our institution continue to widen, is continue to disintegrate the institution, especially here in the U.S. I know that we may not be pleased with everything that may happen, but I think the first thing we all need to cherish are civilized people who means well for our country and for our party, is to always be guided by the laws of our party. It will play a meaningful role in settling dispute, in making sure that bias, in making sure that sentiments, in making sure that favoritism and other things can be weighed out. It is very important. We have to go back to status quo, where we use our party manifesto as a guiding tools to lead us. But as we stand at this critical point now, I believe before we can push this convention, I think the convention is begun to be undermined. And I think the leadership back home, the acting global chair and the executive committee back home, and the elders of our party, and even the elders, former chairpersons that are here in the US that are still part of our party, I think there's need that we have a discussion, a common place that we all can go and sit and be able to call all parties. I know it has been happening. It's not the first time.
No.
But it will continue to happen. Once we are human, it will continue to happen. We will continue to discuss, and then remedy can be found out. But I believe that we need to reach out to everyone. Let us come on the table to talk. But democratic centralism, it is important, and that's why make the CDC in Liberia being the party it is, as we always say, that the party remains supreme. It is on the foundation and the pillars of democratic centralism, where the flag is, where the standard bearer is, where the National Executive Committee will come up with other stakeholders of the party, will come up with certain proposal. It may not be satisfactory to everyone, but I think we should hold that in high regard, and we try to mitigate those other crises that are unfolding. And I believe once we go back to this status quo, and where we start, processing our own laws and being respectful to party leaders. Look, when somebody wins election, they win. let us respect that, what we call democratic centralism. They want the party to go for convention. The national convention is held. If you are not part of it and someone emerge as a winner,
you can't lay claims.
You just have to live by it and fight for another time. Because there will be nowhere where convention will be held and the current chairperson, where the current chairperson sit under that gavel, it is the legal and legitimate place for the national convention. That's what we call democratic centralism. The chairperson and the current leadership will not be having convention in B, and then people are A. No matter what the situation may be, we have to respect that. And I'm a little bit concerned about Manon George. He's somebody that I respect and I love, work with him before as young people back home. But leadership is, what you learned. If you come somewhere, you emanate that. And it's not about you. Here in North Dakota, the guy said, oh, Tamasa come, I told him, no, the only thing I can do, I can only advise and be part of the process to build the process here. I don't want to do no leadership something. But my expertise, my knowledge that I have, I will always work to build up. And we have to come up with this kind of mindset, to make sure that we get a party that everybody will love. We cannot be in crisis from 2023 beyond that. Because right after Zangaman, when Joe Jackson came, before you go load the crisis, before Joe Jackson could leave the stage, the problem ensued. And we've been into this problem up to current.
Up to current.
And you are right, the wise man. You can get too flyer. You are a state man. You are a public figure 1. You are an elder 2. And you have various groups.
Followings, yeah.
And followers, And you cannot be on certain platform without you're concerned. If even say they initiate a discussion, the discussion is still going on, it have to be concluded. So if you're there, it is your right to come up and discuss that because it's already outside for discussion. So if you keep silent, then that means you could have consented.
You consented. Silence may concern.
Yeah. So you're right to do that. We have to do things another way. We have to do it better. We're talking about 2029, but it starts now.
It starts now, not tomorrow.
You gotta start fixing it now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We just appeal to all sides to this particular situation. I think we need to think better for our party, but I think bulk of this weight is on the leadership back home. I think I know Chairman Kowo, Global Chair, will see this and to see. I know they've been talking, and I know people are tired talking, but you can't get tired. It's just part of the process.
No, you can't
have to engage. You can't get tired.
No, you can't get tired.
You have to discuss.
Well, thank you very much, Delano Tamasa.
Yeah, Chair.
Thank you very much. I will allot 1 minute of my time to my junior brother here from all the way South Korea. Why you let him call when the show finished? Ahaj Bewasi, welcome.
Well, sorry, right now the Ramadan is carrying on. It's only hot here. So.
The Ramadan on, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ramadan on, yeah.
Yeah.
He said it's so hot.
Yeah, I'm going to find you guys. I didn't see none of you guys wishing me happy birthday. My birthday came and passed.
We'll celebrate you yet, but man, you took 14 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So when you celebrate it, we don't know.
No.
So but the next day,
I didn't see anything on Facebook says so now one way or the other, so now we'll guess.
I didn't hear my uncle calling me.
We celebrated you. Go back to the show.
But 14 hours, right? When you sleep,
14 hours. So you will see the birthday before us.
No problem. I think it was a mistake from me. I think Prince was telling me, sir. Prince, yeah, he and I were talking about it. He said, my man, we don't see you on the show anymore. I said, my man, my work is too difficult.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Mr. Gilmore, to the point, I think it's now time that President Weah step in to the issue in the USA because for a very long time, he been quiet on some of the things and happening and people go away because of those things.
Right.
And I think it's very much important that President Weah take charge and at least call those people to a meeting and see how best he can sit with them and understand the real problem. Because if he not do so, Mr. Gilman, we just gonna be here again talk 2023. At the end of the day, will be the same thing that happened in the past. Remember, he was right on the show here when the former chairman was on the show, and I told him I still have that clip on my phone. I told him, I say, Honorable Moluba Molu, you're my friend. You're my very good friend. I know you to be a very good organizer, but you are not the right person to take us to election. And I said it here. People beat on me. I received a lot of calls. Even him, he called me. He said, "But my man, why will you do that?" I say, "Yes, I just been frank in front of our own people. We have to say the hard truth. It is not time, President. We have step up his game and see how best he can say to those people and know what's up, what's the problem, what's going on. Because CDC USA not need to be divided like the way it was in 2022, 2023. Then we have to go on again up to 2026. This thing needs to stop.
Right.
Yeah, I think, if they are listening, you're listening to my voice very well. President, we are stepping. Don't let no one tell you, say, oh, this is a protocol, this is that. No. We need CDC USA together so that we can battle those people come 2029.
Right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilmore, for having me.
Thank you very much, my young brother there, Bewazi, all the way from Seoul, South Korea. Happy belated birthday to you again.
Happy
All right.
belated birthday,
Yeah.
nephew.
So folks, from the beginning of this conversation tonight, I made a statement. After I read out the topic, stop division in CDC USA. The CDC USA is in a self-imposed division, engineered by some elements in the USA and Liberia. Two national conventions are being organized, one by the legitimate leadership team and the other by a group of aggrieved individuals. An agreement for peace and unity in the organization has been compromised allegedly by the framers. A term of reference for an 18-month period to lead was followed by a 12-month term of reference, which was rejected by the leadership of CDC USA Chairman Yahaya Talata Sharif and team. National conventions are scheduled by the leadership, but Acting Chairman Janga Kowo has named a convention committee without the input of the leadership of Philly in June 2026, while the leadership team have also vowed to have whole national convention in Minnesota in keeping with the Iowa convention in September 2026. There are former CDC government officials and party executives in the USA. What have they done to remedy the impasse and or division? Could they be partly responsible for the internal wranglings? Has Liberia CDC NEC ever imposed a national convention on the CDC USA? Does a non-due paying member have any rights, authority, or say in the CDC USA? What does the CDC USA Constitution say? How can CDC win in 2029 without a strategy, but internal fights and undermining self? How? That was the topic, and I stated clearly that I'm hurt to discuss this topic. Okay? Because ever since 2023, we lost the elections, we returned. Those who were in government that once resided in the United States have all come back to their various homes here in the Americas. Some went to Europe, Australia. We went everywhere. We have not come back to discuss why we lost, how we lost, what's responsible. Our slogan has become, we are coming back 2029. How is we are coming back? You heard our senior analyst at Tamasa talk about the vibrancy of the CDC USA. How much monies were pumped into Liberia. Before 2017, CDC USA was like a lifeblood to CDC Liberia. A strong, vibrant organization. I was in a conversation and I heard a former chairman talk about we were able to send over $100,000 at one point in time to Liberia. Okay? How do we have people in leadership respected in our midst, in the USA, and we allow these things to happen? How? Do you think I'm happy to have this conversation out here in the open? No, I'm not. You know how many times we've seen flyers running up and down? Before my flyer came out today and I began to get calls, you know how many flyers were running up and down? It was President Weah on the flyer and Solomon Mui on the flyer and the CDC leadership on a flyer with President Weah and the Minnesota chapter president on the first flyer. Okay? I told you here I was approached. I got 3 calls. I got 2 messages. I answered 1 call. And I said, I saw the other calls. I did not answer. I saw the messages. I did not respond. But I pick up your call. So tell them to send me a letter. Like the message said, we will send you a letter to speak. And I was waiting for the letter to respond to the letter. They sent me the flyers and asking me whether they should go ahead and run with the flyers. I did not respond. When the Sheriff Group began to publish their own flyers, then it became apparent, or it became urgent that they run with the flyer with my face on the flyer. And when I got the calls to this, those were the messages that people were asking me. How will you guys be in America and allow or ferment this division? Do you support the split, the division? This thing have happened, has been going on since Atlanta, Georgia convention. People beat the chairman in Atlanta with chair. Okay? Insulted the chairman in Atlanta, Chairman Logan. Okay? Is that you, Tamasa? That's not my call. Okay? They did all of that. Fast forward to Constant Swen Duopu. An agreement was reached. Let's go to Liberia. When we come back, we'll hold the conventions. Everybody went to Liberia. Came back from Liberia. The very group calling themselves Reformer will now respect and honor the leadership. Of Constance Duopu. They started calling her illegitimate and what have you. Okay? They began to do all of that. They organized their convention in New York. They had an injunction in court in Iowa. And everything else. Okay? Yeah, Rebecca Sear was also beaten in Atlanta, Georgia. So we are not happy about these things, but we got to be honest when we discuss these things.
Yes.
That's the only way we'll have true reconciliation and unity. Okay? If we are not honest, we can't have a reconciliation. Let me admit my guilt, my faults, and say I'm sorry. Let's move on. You tell me yours and say, I accept, I'm also sorry for my transgressions. Let's move on. And it should behoove our leaders. It should behoove them. The lies, the gossip, the hate have got to stop. Okay? The lies, the gossip, the hate have got to stop. We can't continue to do these things and say, take it or leave it. Judge, we are coming back 2029. How is he coming back? That's my question. How can we win when we are divided? How? If we went to Philadelphia in June and say an administration emerged from there, do you think the group going to Minnesota will pay money to that group or the leadership that will emerge from Philadelphia? Or do you think Philadelphia group will pay dues to the group going to Minnesota? It can never happen. That's why we should grab the bull by the horn now and resolve this issue. If I will be punished for this, so be it. I will take it. But I will have no regrets for having this conversation tonight. I will have no regrets for having this conversation tonight. I will have no regrets for having this conversation tonight. Sometimes you stand alone for doing the right thing. And don't be afraid to do the right thing. Because posterity will judge us all. I want to thank you all. Have a great night. Let's continue to pray for our country, for our organization, the CDC, our leaders, and our host countries, wherever we find ourselves. Tamasa, thank you very much. Thanks to all of our callers, our participants on here. Our lines are open. The reformers, if you want to come on the show here, let's have a conversation, you are welcome. Chairman Donald Glepley Tote, if you want to bring your group to come here, Talata Sherry, if you want to come here to have a conversation, we are open, okay? Until then, have yourself a great night. Bye, Tamasa.
Bye-bye.